It's April 22nd, 2026, and it's time for another Mixed Bag Farm tour. Let's see how things are looking since the last time I gave a tour. Unlike the last video, I'm going to try and keep the talking to a minimum. These are these are lupins, and I don't know if they're going to make it for selling, but they just finally, like many of the plants that I started, they just finally this week were brought outside. Since since a couple days ago, they've only been growing in my basement for some of these almost 4 months straight. Got some morning glories and some potted up, semi potted up peppers. These are, uh, according to the seed packet, a huckleberry, black, a blackberry slash huckleberry. They, this plant, like the some of the other plants, this one just got brought out yesterday, and it's been fruiting for the past 2 weeks, I would say. And I have actually been, I've been eating them, and they they're, I would say, more of an acquired taste. The more I eat them, the more I'm liking them. Here's the outside of my here's the outside nursery. Give you a nice wide shot before you go inside. These trays of celery just do not want to stop growing. What's in these bowls are a combination of pansies and violas. On this shelf, we have most of my, pretty much all my brassica plants. I have a few varieties of kale, and I have a couple of different sprouting broccolis. I got one purple sprouting broccoli and a yadfa broccoli. They're not for the head, the big head of broccoli. They're more for the side shoots. Got these two trays. There's 4 varieties of yarrow. This year at the farmers markets and outside of the farmers markets, I'll have strawberry plants ready to sell, available to sell. On the back wall, we got celosias, lots of celosias. I think I have 3 or 4 variety of celosias. I've got on the top here, I have, these are gomphrenias. I got 5 different varieties of gomphrena there. This, in this little basket, it's just one of 5 mixed plantings of thinnings for when I had to thin some of my plants a couple months ago. It's just a mixture of cut flowers, or not just cut flowers, but just flowers in general. Snapdragons, some gomphrena in some of them. This tray's got geranium in it. This year I will have, like the previous year, at least 12 varieties of peppers to sell. Right now, to sell, and also I will, for what I sell, I will also be putting at least 2 of each variety into the field and grow the fruits for the produce. And right now, the peppers, in addition to many of the plants that just got brought out this week, they need to be potted up. Some of them might get sold as is, but I plan to pot some of them up so they grow a little bit bigger. I got dill and I got cilantro. They're probably gonna be, for the most part, sold in plug form. Plug form is just one little cell here. Snapdragons are probably going to be the same way. Here's another plant combination that I just threw together because I was thinning, when I was thinning the seed trays, these type of seed trays, I didn't want to throw all of them away, so I just slapped some things together randomly, and a lot of them seem to be doing pretty well. Those are 4 o'clocks, and some of them are going to be sold as plugs, and some of them are going to be hopefully potted up into some hanging baskets in the next week or two. I got multi-sown onions for market. This tray, most of this stuff is going to be planted into the fields. It's a combination of chard, cabbage, Napa cabbage, and cauliflower. I'm going to grow that for the produce. Hopefully I'll be successful this year. This whole bottom shelf is nothing but marigolds. The marigolds that haven't flowered yet is called the Cracker Jack mix, and those are a taller variety compared to these marigolds. The Cracker Jack mix grows roughly 24 to 30 inches tall and wide, but they have roughly 2 to 3 inch blooms. And we are now in my basement, and this is where everything outside was started, and everything was started from seed. Nothing, everything that you see, I did not buy any plugs from anybody. And so far, I've only had about 5 or 6 items that have not sprouted or done anything for me. Continuation of my growing spaces. I've got 8 variety of basil. Some of them are flowering, but they'll still grow once people buy them. And these are actually staying in here along with some of the other items that I'm going to show you, which is pretty much all my squash and watermelon plants, melon plants. they're pretty much gonna stay in here for at least till the nighttime temperatures get to about stay consistently in the mid to upper 40s at the very least. Because I know as far as basil goes, once temperatures dip below 50, then they don't like it. And here is the greenhouse where most of the items that you saw outside spent their months. The tomatoes, I started these. I think it's only been about maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, and they just won't stop growing. I started them in some of them. I started in soil blocks, and that's just how they're going to be sold. And as you can see, they got pretty sturdy stems just for the little space that they're in. These plants right here are a perennial. They're a lunera. I believe that's what they're called. And they're also another term for them is a money plant. I guess you'll have to just search for it to see what it'll eventually look like. Got two different variety of eucalyptus. One tray is doing a lot better than the other tray. I got two coleus plants. Yeah, I'll probably be propagating these so I get a few more to sell, but they like their environment at the moment. This jar is full of some trials. I thinned out a couple of tomato plants so they can root. And you can see that they've been rooting just fine. I also have in here, let's see, I think it's rotting right now, but I have some couple of celery plants in there as well. One is still kind of green. They've been rooted for a little bit. It was more of an experiment. I believe on the last video tour that I gave, I mentioned it. So you'll just have to scrub through that one to see what I said, to hear to what I said. Hear and listen. The temperature in here has stayed pretty consistent as far as like in the upper 60s to the mid 70s. And that is the current that's currently what's happening at Mixed Bag Farm at the moment. In a couple weeks or towards the end of May, I hope to give another tour, and then it'll be probably an update with some of the plants. Also, it'll include what's growing on the farm.